And then the other problem that we see, the reason why point MMA can really solve in point karate is that best knowledge shape. What we need are judges who will bring a whole new evolution by standing up, being active, being emotional. You know, like you said, even while you're writing, I think anybody that's judging, even if you guys are together, you never want some guy sitting there being so serious and so arrogant that he forces the fighters to have to just look that way and like who we think he is. Or when he loses, he go and pull you out, so what score did you give me? And I know that doesn't make sense to most people, but it does. I'm saying as a competitor. So we want to make sure you got to be thorough and firm, but you got to be humble and welcoming. Even if when the fight is over, the judge is saying, good job, fighters. All right, everybody have a good day. Okay, good job, guys. You know, you ain't got to say everybody's a winner, but we got to keep that positive energy into the fight. That, you know, you don't stop it when you should stop it. Stop it. Because the moment you lose control, that's it. Especially with the men. The moment you lose, and let one little kid get hurt, it's over and done with. The parents are going to go off. So we got to just be a little bit more assertive about what we need. Key thing, going back again, positive body language. Even when the competitors walk out, you walk out for me to the center, please. Let's say you bow into each other. Give me a bow. All right, give me a bow you got so much like swag and attitude where you want to do it representing cool. Go. That wasn't cool. I mean, something like, you see some people who are like that or whatever. Go. All right, what would you say already about that bow? We ain't gonna put no money behind you. Do you understand where we're going? So everything's about branding. We know that right now, and I think Mr. Jeff said that we're the only people ring stars than anybody else. We demanded, when they were created to take over the whole sports karate world. They were designed for every competitor to wear those in fighting and get away from foam gear. But they never had somebody that believed in the brand. But now, because I believe in the brand and I make that mandatory, now we're eventually designing a point MMA foot gear. Just like that. So, if you take the same model of Dana White and you follow it, there's a big opening where now the fighters and the spectators can enjoy fighting, and the fighters can reap some benefits, even if it's not money, but sponsorship or something. That's what we're trying to go with all that. Okay? So that's another reason why we can't afford to engage in socializing conversations before fights. Every ref got to be in his own corner just making sure he's separating and he's getting ready for what's going on. Because they say in UFC, most of the judges tell you, man, I got to get ready. It's like me competing. Because I'm in the ring with warriors. The moment I slip up on something, I can get knocked out or I can make enemies. So I got to approach it like I can demand that. I guess whenever we got the counters telling us, say, make sure you breathe, be loud, you can scream, do whatever. Shout to the rooftop. Let's do it, baby. Okay? Anything else?
Like you said, just remaining the correct technique. Don't count sloppy. You know, just everything has to be technically correct. That's what we're branding it as.
Right. And that's so important because remember, we went to a school talk last week, right? Them kids loved it, didn't they? This is the wave of the future. Kids love it, man. And it's almost like look, I got something, can y'all do this? And they seen that, they're like, yeah, let's go. It's something they can relate to. It's like basketball, and it reinforces soccer, whatever sports they in. If we do this right and demand that technique, it's just going to become a massive movement. So you're right, what you want to do when a CrossFit athlete is doing a box jump, they're not just counting a box jump. They're looking for the toes to be pointed, for the chest to be up, for the breathing to be working right. That's what we're looking for too. Perfect technique. Next technique, burpee. With a basketball jump, let's go. Boom. Stretch that body all the way out, straight out. Yes, boom. All right, everybody, let's go. Get that body straight up, let's go. Come on, go, fast, straighten that body out. Boom. All right, so relax, other side, go. Come on, let's go, shoot it. There you go, come on, breathe, let's go guys, breathe. Come on, work the ass, work that core.
I've gone through this in class where it got upset at me because you did like 50 of them. No, count it. Your legs didn't go back. Your butt was in the air. You put your arms far enough forward to make it look like you were down. And you didn't even touch my hands as you came up. I've had kids that did like 100 of them. Somebody did good. You did 15. It's like just trying to get the right runs. Just trying to get the right runs.
Okay, and switch. For those kids, then the kids that come in and let us teach them. It gotta be, and you gotta be able to get side by side with them. Without doing that, and this happened at the last intramural. Some of the people were so busy trying to tell the kids what to do before they did the form, you already destroyed their spirit. As an athlete, I worked all month to build up the confidence to just walk up and perform. Now all of a sudden, I done built up the confidence, I forgot my name. But I got them push-ups. Now the moment you start reminding them what he forgot, what's going to happen?
You have to open your mind up. At one point, you got to the point that was empty. Everything can flood in at that point. And then all of a sudden, I did the same thing. We ran the forms the first time. I got right to the middle of Shaolin and started thinking.
That's it.
Everything went white. And step.
And what are you going to think about the most as an athlete? Positive or negative? Negative. That's why when, this is what I'm saying, and I'm saying, I think we see a lot of it, in competition, do not correct me. We're trying to eliminate all advice being given by judges. Because you can't do it in gymnastics. Pow, and switch, let's go. Pow, 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 pow. All right, relax. So to make what we do, as Billy Blank say, different from everybody else, the marshal is what makes shut up when he say our push-ups ain't like their push-ups. You can beat me in push-ups, but if I put a front kick in what I'm doing, if I do a push-up, come up front kick, now do that. Oh, okay, that's your category. So we gotta establish our category. Now if we do squat kicks where the kick is just going anywhere, somebody's gonna beat us. Get down, Mr. Jeff. Do that squat kick and go that front thrust kick right to the hand. Go. Put the hand in your position. You gotta beat, it's like holding pads. Boom, yes, go. All right, relax. Because I think some people, you're doing it, put your hand out. They're going like that. Okay, so relax. Technique. Whoosh. Whoosh. You see, because somebody's taking a picture. You want whatever picture they're taking to be something they can put on the front cover of a magazine. It gotta look good. Go, let's work. Hey, this competition, this gotta be something to make everybody go home and try to perfect the technique. I don't think people are competing and walking away and say, man, next time I'm gonna do it this way. Because they think that whatever way they're doing it is good enough. That's not good enough. What we're talking about, look at CrossFit, look at the World Games, look at all those things. These people are doing a perfect technique. You know, so the photographer is snapping that picture because it's a moment of inspiration. I mean, Miss Donna doing them push-ups, I don't know if y'all seen that. Somebody was able to take that picture. Now that's a poster. That's what we want with everybody. So now when you come and you see crazy athletics, it's like, man, these people are good. They ain't gonna say they good if anybody can do it. It gotta be done with that technical element where the mom or anybody in that audience like, whoa, they good, man, look at them kids. Like Tyson. I mean, that little boy was throwing them kicks. I'm like, whoa, oh my God, he been practicing. It's obvious his dad had him training. So we wanna always give him something to drive for. And I know we have an intermediate level of crazy athletic, but if we make the technical demand so high, everybody in here will be going back home and training and saying, man, I'm gonna win this next year. I got to. With our goal, we're trying to get sponsorship to give away cash prizes for crazy athletics as well. Come on, man, if you go to a karate tournament and somebody could see this in the finals, this will blow most people's mind. Because most guys that do point fighting and do cartoon weapon, they're not in shape. As a champion, I'll say, I used to do forms, weapon, and fighting after I stayed out all night and party. You know why? I don't do it no more, it's been a long time. I'd be so high on the night before tournament, I get on a plane and I close my eyes and visualize. By the time I go to tournament, I win. Why? Because my muscles already, I ain't got to be in shape. Your muscles already remember the motion. You don't have to be in shape. It's when you meet somebody that muscles remember the motion and they take it to a whole new level that all that alcohol start coming out. You know, that's another story in itself. All right, so let's go to the next one. We got B up.
I try to kick it with my toe. You know, it's just not practical. So, you know, just those little things, you know what I mean? Like you said before, I mean, not tooting my horn, but I'm one of the better kickers. I need to work with people, you know, off the floor and on the floor more just to help raise the level of everyone.
And remember, if we can improve the technique demands, the difference between NASCAR, why NASCAR will always be considered the best circuit, because in order for you to be the world champion on NASCAR, you have to be technically correct. They don't have anybody that was world champion that was not technically correct. Most people never make it to that level. That's why most of those people were able to go off and go into movies and TV, because their technique already was performed. When they took us off of the stage, we were already ready for TV or for the movies. That's what we're trying to train right now, because it's all, and you see now, even with fitness, they're now going to get fitness models and bringing them in and doing movies and things like that. So we got to always think of that big picture. And that's not just so much for movies, but it helps. If you work your technique like that on the floor, that's how you're going to move when you're dealing with business or when you're talking to somebody. So it all overlaps. Most people that got real bad body language is because there's some inconsistency in whatever they're doing. The one thing I can say about in the hood, everybody walk with a swag, everybody talk with a swag, everybody get a girl with a swag. Everything you do, if a guy represents cool, he's cool in everything that he do. Even with the handcuff. Yo, what's up, baby? You know what I'm saying to say that, but that's just how it is. And you might think that's funny, but I look at that, I look at all that thing as just being so consistent in your positive body language. That's what we want, because I see kids now, they don't understand that. So now you know what? The reason why martial arts, especially traditional martial arts, is so bad. Do y'all realize how bad it is, how hard it is to teach sparring? Y'all seen that on Thursday, right? He said, it's not your fault. It's because nobody's demanding that technical excellence from how a kid stand, from how a kid shake a hand, from how a kid look at a person. Now when it's time to teach them basketball or some type of skill, what the guy say, how do you end up teaching football where nobody wins? They have football where everybody plays, you just run up and down the field, run the ball, don't tackle nobody, and then when it's all over, everybody's a winner. There's nothing that we teach our kids with that, so there's no room for improvement. What we need to do is make sure some room for improvement. So now when you look at a little Tyson, where you seen on, was it Thursday? When I'm like, Tyson, put your hands up, he's like, oh, sir! Now you keep doing that over and over, guess what's going to happen? You say, that's the little kid, and when you think that you're not doing anything, that's the little kid that used to cry on Saturdays, and you would always take him to the side and work with him. Now, come into class and see what he's doing. Am I lying?
Yes, sir. I always think about that. You always used to cry. I always say, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Smallest kid in class, and he had him up there as what's the purple black belt leading the whole class.
Bro, he was rocking, yeah. He was rocking. Even in the competition, he looked good. So when you think, I say again, when you think you're too old or your words don't carry no weight, it's all because of you taking that patience with that little boy that now he's just like real serious. So you stay with that technique, and you can see it happening with his dad. You stay with that technique and demanding that technique, he's going to be good. Even you, Mr. Bell. I know when John, as a man, I know when John went to that tournament and he wouldn't fight back, I know he's like, hold up, boy. You mind. You don't be like quitting like that. And I seen you over here on the side, because now, come on, John, let's go. Now you can see John Bell whole level of technique improving. When we can get the parents on the same boat, we will never have no more sloppy technique in the class amongst the students. Then that will create a massive amount of things. When I'm talking to other school owners, I be like, man, I can't even teach them nothing. They can't even stand, let alone be able to kick. They can't even do a sit-up. Do you know how many schools do not do push-ups and sit-ups?